Welcome to Trips Awakening. You subscribe to the truth, one within the universe, and the universe is inside me. Greetings, earthlings, and my spiritual family. Studio Gangsters. We got a lot of that mess going on. And before I really get deep into this video, it started back with the, Noriegas and Al Capone. And the list goes on, and they was on some mob gangster type stuff. They was on that way back in the day. Now, fast forward to right now, like things is out of control on so many different levels. Because you remember back in the 60s and 70s, music was like really great. You had people like, Earth, Wind and Fire, Prince, James Brown, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, and Queen, the band Queen. You had different types of groups like that out there. Like music was really great back in them days. I can go on. I can name a long list of certain ones like, the Doors and, Boston and stuff like that. And Supertramp, that's probably, y'all probably like, so the people that's really into music like I am, y'all know some of these names that I threw out there. But music was really great, and then it basically started changing. Blondie did her thing, and then Sugar Hill Gang, and then here come Run DMC and Houdini, and and then basically the R&B. Let's get to the R&B singers. What I'm saying? Like, you had like great singers, here come Michael Jackson. Of course, I already talked about Prince. Back in the day, it was like Lionel Richie, the Commodores, stuff like that, They all had a unique style. Nobody didn't sound the same. Everybody had their different styles, like Billy Ocean. And, I could go on. That was like great music. It was like a breath of fresh air. It was so many music, like great music out there, the Fine Young Cannibals, like back in them days, like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I think it stopped in 2001 because like back in the day, everything was going great. Then you had, like of course you had the break dancers, the breaking music, the electro rock, and all of that different types of stuff like that. Then, here comes, the Big Daddy Kanes and the Biz Markies and all of that stuff. Well, then, music started changing. You got, you had BDP, I could go on. Then that's when the NWA came, basically the whole thing changed. Because like back in the day, these corporations didn't want to be bothered with certain artists. Like certain ones had to join basically what's going on now. They had to sign contracts and they really wasn't doing it like that because like look at where some of them now, some of them like high degree Masons like Jay-Z and stuff like that. Something like people like Snoop and them. But they have like Snoop and them. That's another topic. I ain't even getting, but Snoop and them on some other bullshit. I'm gonna leave it at that. But you had NWA come out and stuff like that with negative music, disrespecting females, calling them out their names and stuff, controlling people's frequency. And that's the reason I don't respect some of them, because now some of them try to do that fake like, oh, I'm conscious stuff, but still turning around doing the same shit. Calling people coons, bitches, and niggas. Nigga this, nigga that. You already know how they get down. You know what I'm saying? So it changed with the NWA and the Dog Pound. And it was basically controlling people's frequencies. That's when the gangs was real heavy. The Bloods and the Crips, the Vice Lords, and the Folks. And the Mexican gangs and stuff like that. That's when it was basically controlling people's frequency. Like I said, certain music could control people's DNA. People back in the day used to get real high. And they would smoke and listen to certain music, and it would mess with their frequency. And the gangs that's out right now, it's like they're watered down. Because like the real gang bangers was in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And a lot of these gang bangers was connected with the Masons. Like I said, you got to pay attention to the symbols. Their symbols is basically like they had to go by rules and stuff. They had to go by certain rules. And the main leaders was initiated by the Masons. So that, you had young kids going out there shooting and killing because they was taking orders. They wanted their 50 or 10% of the store's money in the communities and stuff like that, so they could pay these other secret society groups and different corporations. All of this shit was set up because they didn't want to be bothered with rap music. Then they said, hey, wait a minute. We'll use that shit against them. And look what's going on now. It's all confused and mixed up. You got these clowns. Would they get plugged in or get initiated? These certain gangs like the Bloods and Crips offline? That's what it seems like, because you got punk ass people like Chris Brown. He went from R&B singer to R and sex, because I call it R and sex because there ain't no such thing as R&B anymore. I call it R and sex. Now he wants to be a rapper. Then you have Trey Songz. Now he's flipping I'm a Blood or whatever he want to call himself. And then the Game and all of them, they promoting that to control y'all's frequency. They ain't nothing but studio gangsters. They ain't putting in work, so they pay these watered down gangsters because these people that's calling themselves Bloods and Crips and making up names and groups and all of that stuff, that shit is watered down. Like I said, they get plugged in offline or heard one of these rappers and say, okay, well, I'm Blood or I'm Crip and this and that. They just basically plug themselves in, and like a lot of them pay different communities, like these watered down gangs. They pay them to be in their corner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. They pay them. They're not gonna walk around putting in work doing all of that stuff. Because they're worth millions of dollars. You think they're gonna actually let their money, these corporations without souls, these is for secret society groups. You actually think they're going to let punk ass Chris Brown get damaged and washed up Soulja Boy? It's all a publicity stunt to control y'all's frequency, and other artists, all of these fake beats, like these conscious people in the different communities and stuff. Y'all ever notice they always have the Bloods and Crips? Like they have them working together. They basically, these watered down people as their security, they all connected together. You see, look what Farrakhan did. He was like, was out there so-called talking to the Bloods and Crips. And, like I said, they watered down. They ain't like how it used to be back in the day. They put in work and stuff. It's not the same. And they basically, Chris Brown and all these artists that y'all see, like the Rick Ross and the Game, and I could go on. Ain't nothing but studio gangsters. They talk all of that stuff, talk that tough talk. They get paid to do that. They ain't really about all of that stuff. They make up all of these stories and music, and you got a lot of fans under their hypnotic spell, fight and defend over these clowns. The Kims and the Nicki Minaj and Trina. They control the females' frequencies. Look how females is acting right now. They're not acting the same no more. And you got your studio gangsters, and they got, especially melanated people, they got them like wearing wigs, fake eyelashes and stuff like that. And all of this makeup. And makeup ain't good for you females, especially melanated people. It's not good for your skin. It can mess up your skin, your pores, and all of that stuff. You wonder where you get all these bumps and crap. That's why I love Spiritually Free. She don't wear makeup. I don't let my daughter wear makeup. Y'all got natural beauty. You don't need to hide that stuff. You got something to hide. Then you got to be careful because they got the makeup looking so good. It usually be these transformer trannies or dudes looking like females. So that's the reason why y'all dudes, y'all going crazy over certain people, and it's actually a dude. You got to be careful. You know, that's why they got all of that makeup. That's why they call it makeup, you know, to fool y'all. You know, so, you know, I didn't mean to get off topic, but I had to throw that out there. Y'all just have to be careful with it. Same for females. Some of these females actually look like fucking dudes. And, you know, and it's like they put this stuff in the chemical, certain stuff. I mean, you see a lot of people, they try to confuse the sex. You know, that's what they call it, the sex. The feminine energy and the men. You know, because they go by different entities and stuff. Being controlled by, like y'all being controlled by a lot of stuff on this television. They created this image, all these different, especially the gangster image and all of that stuff. Melanated people, we wasn't on that gangster shit. Y'all out here looking like fucking fools and clowns, excuse my profanity, screaming blood, crip, and throwing up dumb, stupid signs and stuff. And some of y'all don't even know what it means. You know, you casting spells and stuff on your community. Y'all don't know what that shit mean. You setting yourself up. They got, you know, these private little small corporation prisons, and, you know, these big corporations, they all work together. They want y'all silly asses to go there and stuff, you know. And they send, like I said before, send certain agents to come out to y'all's community to do certain things, and they turn up the volume, the frequency volume to control y'all's frequency and stuff out there. That's the reason why it's very important. You got to learn how to control your thoughts and your emotions and all of that stuff. And I say it so many times. And that's going to go over some heads. But y'all look up to these people and these celebrities. They're not the real stars. Y'all think these people, y'all think they the stars? They're not shit. The star is inside of you. The star is, you the star, you're the sun. That's what, you know, start worshiping yourself instead of worshiping and giving y'all's energy to these studio gangsters. You didn't have Michael Jackson wanting to be a rapper. You didn't have Jimi Hendrix, you know, wanting to get in the rap game. That's all messed up. R&B singers back in the day was R&B singers. Now it's R and sex now. You know, like, and that's another video. I'll do a video on that. But it's basically R and sex now. You know, that's all they talk about, licking and sucking and you know, licking booty holes and all of that trifling, nasty stuff. That's not R&B. That's not real music. That shit is corny. You know, and then, you know, you got them messing up like great songs like Tony, you know, sampling their beats and stuff. Tony, that's real great music right there. You know, and truth and all stuff like that. All like that was true music. You know what I'm saying? Like they can actually sing and stuff. And some of them can play instruments and write music and do all of that. The talent that's out right now is garbage because it's controlling people's frequency and messing people up. You got your studio gangster and your R and sex, you know, people like, you know, out of like controlling y'all's frequency. You know, like I said, you didn't see, you know, Lionel Richie or, you know, or Billy Ocean or I could go on. You ain't see none of them saying I want to be a rapper and try to switch it up and try to act like they gangsters and stuff like that. Prince, you ain't see Prince doing no stuff like that. You ain't see none of them. You ain't even see, you know, you ain't see that mess. So that should tell y'all that it's all bullshit. How you gonna go from, and some of these rappers turn into actors? You know, I knew that it was all messed up when you know, and you used to have real actors used to get pissed. They'd be like, you got this damn rapper. Then this was back in the day. You got this rapper come in and we worked hard for years to, you know, we went to acting school and y'all let certain actors, because they join in certain secret society groups. That's the reason why some of these rappers get passes. You know, and I could throw out some names, you know, like for example, Will Smith. You know, like Ice Cube, shit. Ice Cube used to, you know, like his music was kind of negative, but it still had a message at the same time. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Ice Cube's music back in the day. He, you know what I'm saying, when he went solo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could relate to some of the stuff. I take that back. Some of the stuff you could relate to to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like Death Certificate, that album. You know, you could really actually relate to it. It had some truth behind it. You know, and then, but the rest of that, like that so-called studio gangster music, that was just to set y'all up. And it's still going on, and that's going to go over some heads. And I'm sure it's going to be people is going to be on some hate stuff because I'm talking about their favorite artists. And your favorite artist, whoever dislike what I got to say, you either under the spell or you just fucking dumb. Excuse my profanity. Taking up for somebody that don't give a fuck about you. Chris Brown and all of these MK Ultra people, they don't care nothing about y'all. So don't waste your time. Just hit the dislike button. Give me the thumbs down if you don't like what I'm saying, because some of y'all don't like the truth, and I give it to you raw. And y'all don't like the truth, so just give me a dislike if you don't like what I got to say, because I'm not gonna argue. You be on some negative shit, I'll block your silly ass, because I'm not gonna waste my energy on that silly stuff, arguing over a stupid celebrity. They not the real stars. You know, y'all start worshiping yourself, believing you and your loved ones, and get it together. But all of these people is nothing but studio gangsters. They not real about that. They're not putting in work. You got the media on their sideline and acting like they doing certain things. They can set up bar fights and stuff. I mean, like I said, that show Punk, that should show y'all right there. They throw a lot of shit in y'all's face and laugh at y'all because y'all go for most of this stuff. You know, like melanated people, that's not us. Trying to be all like we rough and tough. Y'all got created by it's images that they created and different entities that y'all take in. Y'all acting like somebody else. You're not even being yourself. So in other words, you're fake. You're fake. If you imitating somebody else or copying somebody else's style, that's fake shit. That's why I call them studio gangsters. Y'all, none of y'all ain't built like that. A lot of y'all do all that tough talk and stuff. And like I said, the music control your DNA, this negative music. You know, and I feel like y'all should stop supporting that. But y'all not, some of y'all ain't trying to hear me. And I blame some of y'all parents. Y'all let some of y'all children listen to that bullshit. There's nothing positive about it. There ain't nothing positive about throwing up some stupid, corny-ass, whack-ass symbols and throwing up sets and all of that stuff. You know, and I always said if you join a gang, you're weak. You're a punk, any secret society groups. You're a coward. You're weak. You can't think for yourself. You know, and I don't respect people like that. So y'all just need to, like, stay focused. Be aware. That's why I put out these videos. You know, I put out these videos. It's from the heart, y'all. You know, I want people to be aware. You know, I want to do something different than these so-called fake ass people and stuff like that. I'm on something different. That's what I meant to say. I'm on something different. I want to help out the world. That's what I want to do. I want to help out the world. I'm on something different. I'm on like a high frequency. I'm not on these years like some people stuck on these years. I'm past that, y'all. I'm the future. I'm past that. You know, I see certain things and stuff. I talk about what's going to happen in the future or the stuff that they pull so y'all can be aware. So y'all can raise y'all's frequency up. You know, I don't want to do with these. I don't want to be mixed up. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. I talk fast. You know what I'm saying? My words come out real fast. I don't want to be mixed up with these negative people. All right? I don't want, you know, they out here working for these secret society groups and these different corporations and stuff like that. They don't care nothing about y'all. They doing it for the money and control y'all and feed their families. Y'all should be on that, worshiping yourself, looking up to yourself, and say, you know what, you know, like it's a handful of celebrities, don't get me wrong, that's not on that. It's a handful. But the rest of these mainstream people and the media and news, they all work together, controlling y'all's frequency. I'm not on what they on. I don't charge y'all for nothing, and I won't ever charge y'all for nothing. You know, that's why I get on my nerves. People always like want to charge, or they want you to buy their books, or they want you to go to their movie, go support their movie, or buy their DVD, and all of these corny people like Birdman and stuff like that. You know, there ain't nothing gangster about Birdman. He's fucking whack. He's a studio gangster too. All of these people, they're studio gangsters. And they playing mind games with y'all. You know, like I said, I'm on something different. You know, and like I said, y'all will see. Later on, y'all will see. Like I said, I'm going to be out there bringing the universe together. I'm going to bring balance to the universe. I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to do something like nobody ain't ever done before. Mark my words. What? Somebody say something?